up? This is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Now, who's ready for some fighting words? In this video, I want to do a recap for Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora. Really quick, if you like the videos, please take the time to subscribe to the channel. It just takes one click. And if you could also tell a friend. And on top of that, hit the thumbs up button. It does help. It does show love and it supports this channel. So let's jump right into this. Let's see. Right off the bat, Tim did everything I thought he would do. I thought he was well-versed enough to handle, even on short notice, Sebastian Fundora. And sure enough, he was. He did a lot of great things in there and a lot of things that were new for him, because Sebastian Fundora forces you to do things out of the norm just because of his height alone. Yeah, he's an aggressive guy, and yeah, he's a guy who's going to be in your face. But for the most part, when you have somebody who's that tall and the reach is like that, and, you know, it is a mountain, literally a mountain to climb. Let's see. Tim was dominant the first few rounds. It was everything. This is pre-cut. Pre-cut, Tim is tagging Fundora. He's making a miss. He's slipping shots. He's pawing at Fundora, and then he's striking. And he went to the body early, which is always a great thing to do when you're dealing with somebody with a lot of height like that. Also, somebody who, I'm not saying Fundora actually knows how to use his height properly, but he was a lot more straight than he typically is in the fight, which was, you know, a little unusual. But like I said, Tim handled it like a pro. If you saw the look on Tim's, I know you saw the look on Tim's face. He was zeroed in. And he didn't look, you know, perturbed at all. Like he wasn't distraught, or, you know, there was not a big puzzle to solve in Sebastian Fundora. And you can clearly see how easily things were going for Tim, especially those first two rounds. It was smooth sailing. Like I said, that was a strategy, the pawing and striking, the pawing and striking. Another thing that Tim Tszyu did really well was he was moving. He was circling a lot. Again, you have this towering dude over you, and he's going to just keep pumping that jab in your face. So what you're going to do is you're not going to be a stationary target. What you're going to do is you're going to make him work for it. And that's what Tim Tszyu was doing. You hit, you move. You hit, you move. You hit, you move. And do a lot of feints in between. That in itself will just frustrate and tire out an opponent when they're constantly fading and constantly pawing, because they don't know when that pawing is coming out initially if it's going to be a punch. Yeah, it's moving kind of slow, but at any time it could switch into an actual punch. So they don't know. Let's see. Honestly, Sebastian Fundora, before that cut, had zero answers. And that's exactly what I said in my fight breakdown. And I felt like it would have went exactly how I said it in my fight breakdown had, you know, the cut not have come. Now, here's the second half of this video. The cut. I'm naming it The Cut. Tim suffers an accidental cut from Fundora's, you know, forearm. And it was an accident. Sometimes, you know, some of these guys, it might be intentional, but it was actually an accident. And it was actually Tim who was the, you know, initiator in that sequence. But it's on top of his forehead. Well, top of his head, the crown. Now, everyone has to work for their checks. Everyone who? The referee has to work for his check. The cut man has to work for his check. The doctor has to work for his check. The trainer has to work for. Everybody's got to work for their checks now. Nothing is free from this moment on. Nothing is free. Tim was asked several times, "Can you see? Can you see?" And of course, what do you think he's got to say? No, I can't see. Stop the fight? No, absolutely not. Yeah, I can see. I can see perfectly. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing about the doctor, which I was really annoyed with. If you truly felt that his vision was impaired, which it was because it was covered in blood, but if you really felt that way to the point where you had to ask the question, just do the test. Do the test like you do with everyone else. But you're just going to take Tim's word for it. That doctor was not a good doctor. And I don't know, maybe he might be, you know, maybe a dentist or something else in real life. I don't know, but he wasn't a good doctor. I'll say that. And I could say a lot of other things, but I'll go with that. Let's see. Now, here's the thing: is Tim gonna say yes? No. Unfortunately, I can't see anything. I literally can't see anything. No, he's not gonna say that. He's gonna be just like Wilder. Wilder said, "Let me go out of my shield." Deontay Wilder said that. If I'm going to lose, then let me go out of my shield. It's my decision. Let me go out of my shield. Chris Eubank Jr., don't even bring a towel. That's what he said. Remember that? Don't even bring a towel. We won't need any towels for this fight. Roy Jones throws the towel in. And he goes, maybe you and I are not the perfect fit. I don't need any towels. Don't throw any towels in. Win, lose, or draw, let me go out like a man. And Tim Tszyu was no different. He's a warrior. And he's been saying, I'm the throwback era. I'm bringing things back to where they used to be, when they were fun and they were exciting. And these were men and women who were willing to put things on the line. No, I'm bringing that era back. I don't want to hear, can you see? Of course he's going to say no. Well, yeah, I can see perfectly fine. Of course he's going to say that. Let's see. Bad decisions. Here's another segment. Bad decisions. The cut man was trash. He either didn't know how to contain the cut, and he certainly didn't know how to stop the cut. Because it honestly, I don't know what they were sticking on his head, that little paste. It looked like Vaseline, but I felt like it was a concoction of 2 or 3 things. But it looked like Vaseline. In which case, Vaseline is not going to stop a cut. It's going to stop a little cut, like a little cut like if it's under the eye, it's not going to bleed that bad anyway. But if it's a little cut, yeah. But like that was a gash. Vaseline is not going to stop a gash, okay, from flowing blood. It's just not going to happen. And you're inept at that point if you don't know how to contain or stop, okay? Stop the bleeding. So the fight should not go on. Once again, the doctor is trash. I don't need to keep going into that, but he was trash. I mean, every round we're doing the same thing. You put the, whatever that was, I'm going to call it Vaseline. You put the Vaseline on, and he goes, can you see? Can you see? Like, dude, his face is covered in blood. What do you mean, can he see? He looks like the girl at the end of the movie, Carrie, when she just destroys everybody in the dance. No, he can't see. He can't see a darn thing. He was punching him perfectly fine in the first 2-3 rounds. Now he can't even hit his target. Look how big Sebastian Fundora is. If he can't hit that target, it's safe to say the man can't see. Tim's team just failed him. I'm sorry. They really did fail him. You got the cut man who literally doesn't know what to do with this cut. Then you have his trainer. Somebody's got to step up. Stop the fight. Stop the fight. And in no way, shape, or form is anybody going to say, Tim, you quit. Tim, you're a coward. Tim, you're soft. You're not what you say you are. You're not the throwback fighter that you claim you are. Nobody's going to say that to Tim Tszyu. The man can't see. He literally can't see. Okay, it's not like fighting with one hand. It's like, no, I literally can't see what's coming. And he's missing now. After being super sharp and super accurate in the first rounds, he's missing shots. No, he can't see. Nobody's going to fault Tim Tszyu if he says, all right, listen, you're my trainer, I'm listening to you. If you say that I can't see and you're saying that I'm not, the fighter I was in the opening rounds, if you say this fight needs to stop, I'm going to follow your lead and I'm going to stay in the seat. That's what I'm going to do. And all he had to do was stand up and say, no, I love my fighter and I want my fighter to fight another day. My fighter can't see. My fighter can clearly beat this guy. We just need to regroup. That's all. We need to regroup and come back on a later date. That's it. But no, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. Listen, how am I going to say this? Tim's a throwback fighter, but he doesn't need a throwback trainer or coach. What he needs is a new age trainer or coach to manage his throwback mentality. That's what he needs. Overall, I was disappointed in Tim's team. I was disappointed in the doctor. The referee was even trash. I just was disappointed in a lot of things. I got to give credit to Fundora and Tim Tszyu. They fought an amazing fight. They fought a throwback fight, and I think they're both warriors. And this only elevated the sport. It didn't hurt the sport at all. It just shows determination. It shows heart. It shows grit. It shows skill. I have nothing bad to say about those two. And I look forward to them doing it again because there needs to be a rematch. And sooner rather than later, as soon as this thing heals on Tim Tszyu, and hopefully Fundora doesn't have a broken nose or anything like that, because he was bleeding profusely out of the mouth and out of his nose. So hopefully, he's locked and loaded. But they need to see each other again real soon. And those are my thoughts. You tell me what you think. You tell me if you agree with me when I say that Tim has outgrown his team and also that his team failed him. And lastly, that they just need to do it again. Drop your thoughts down below. And as always, please like, please share, please subscribe to this channel.